Alright, good morning guys. We are getting ready to start our Saturday projects. Got lots going on. Probably won't get finished with all of them like we normally do, but we're going to start, give you a little quick idea of what we got. It's a bright, sunny July Saturday morning in South Carolina, so it's already probably 98% humidity and 85 degrees, feels like 120. So we'll get rolling. We're working on a secret garden for Sarah Jane here. So we've got the bones of it going right now. We'll give you a little shot of that. Let's see. So we got the entrance gate. You've seen us working on the iron gates at the shop last video. Those will go right here. This is made out of cedar. And we've got Madison jasmine planted every few feet that'll climb up, and these have already grown about a foot or so since we planted them a few weeks ago. We go around, and all this will be enclosed in Madison jasmine wall, and gotta get some more mulch. We started on that last night. Couldn't figure out how to get this camera working, but now we're on a roll. So we got the main gate. Had to cut a bunch of old shrubs and trash trees down in here. We'll get some grass growing. We got a little back gate arch right here that goes back out to the front yard. And through this little gap we'll have a little secret service alley hallway through the shrubs that will have like a tunnel. To give you an idea what that jasmine does, that we're gonna, those other two gateway entries will look like in about a year or so. This is the same kind of setup. It's a cedar trellis that goes into our little raised garden area, and this is probably 3 years of growth. And you can see totally covered. Walk in to the gate. It's our little garden shed, built to look old. Greenhouse and flowers. We got a little experiment going on this row. We got some marigolds in here that just a few of them came up for some reason. But I've got sunflowers we planted last weekend. We're going to see if we can have enough time to get some sunflowers to pop up for some fall flowers. Yeah, we have some zinnias that came on real well. Alright. But first thing we have to do before we get into any of the fun stuff is we have to go cut some grass. So we're going to get on a little John Deere, and I'm going to put on my grass cutting outfit. Right there. We'll be ready to go. Cut some grass. About an hour, we'll be back. Alright guys, we got that grass cut. It only took about a day and a half, you know. It's that head grass we got in the spot. And about had to go in creeper gear to get it. It's like cutting wire. I looked down one time and there was 2 turtles that were passing me. But we got it finished. A couple things we're going to do on this one today if we get to this tractor is change the fuel filter. Right there. This has a Rusa Master fuel injection pump right here. And I'm going to take this plate off and check the timing on it because it bogs down a little bit, and I think the timing might be off on that. I had to get a plastic timing cover that goes on that little plate right here, and I guess because this is a 1970s tractor, those things are not readily available anymore. And from my friends out there, they'll be highly surprised that I paid $78 for a little piece of plastic. It's ridiculous, but gotta have it. I thought about making one. By the time I spent 3.5 days cutting a piece of plastic and getting it right, and then leaking, and then me doing it again about 3 or 4 times, I just figured out I just buy it and be done with it. I've got a couple of the tractors have this same injection pump, so hopefully I can use it. Well, not really. I don't want to use it a few more times, but at least it'll fit some of my other equipment. So now y'all been dying to hear and see how my straightener upper jig performed, and so this is the 3rd video on that. And you're asking, where's the first one? I've seen the second one. Well, the first one got deleted somehow, so maybe we'll find some pictures of how the gates actually came, and then you get an idea how it's going. Alright, after I stopped the video last time, I decided to do a couple of little modifications. And I started jacking it down and then putting these spacers underneath the bottom, and then pushing down, adding a spacer, pushing down, adding a spacer, so that way it didn't get as warped. And there's my old jack. Hadn't popped out yet. And we'll work on it and see what we got. We'll take it off in just a second. Alright, so I got the gate down off that pole that I had, straightened it out, and I'm pretty happy with it. It straightened it out quite a bit. There's still a little bit of a bend down here, but I think I can grab a hold of that with a wrench or something and straighten that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off right here, there, and up there. I don't need those last 4 or 5 inches on the gates. Then weld it back together, and go fit these things in that opening I showed you this morning and see how it works. Okay, we've got that cut. I'm gonna lay these out. I'll bring you back in a minute, and once we get it set up for welding. All right, so what I'm doing right now is these are I guess these are called spindles off the bottom of the gates. The gates were just a little bit too tall, so I cut these off the bottom. You can see right there. Cut those off, and I'm going to use those to go across and weld the bottom underneath the rails of the fence. So I'm cleaning them up right now. You can see it's dirty. Angle grinder, vise, glasses. Safety first, y'all. And then let me see if I can set you up. Alright, all clean. Hot. Alright, got these pieces on this one cleaned up on the spots that they joined together, and we're going to try to weld it up. You can see I got that little piece of whatever, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch spindle that I cut and cleaned. It's clamped in there. That's going to be underneath. I'll grind it down. You won't even see it. Got a little gap. We'll fill that in. Put that little 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch stock. Fill that in with weld. Be good. Got one up top. We're going to kick it with the old stick welder and see what we got. Alright guys, so we got those welded up. This is the next day. Got the gates welded together and the welds cleaned up, and there they are standing next to each other. And then we're going to add some scrolling onto the gates when Sarah Jane gets up here to tell us where she wants it. These are a couple of the, I guess the porch posts, maybe we got that same place we got the gates from. We're going to take that scrolling out, put it somewhere in these gates, but let's see if you can find, if I can show you the weld. Yeah, there we go. Where'd it go? It's not bad. Good grinder makes a bad welder look good. Black paint, you won't be able to see it.